Hey, welcome back to Reading the Bible Together. Pastor Matt and Autumn here again this week in our studio. Excited to be opening up Matthew chapter 16 today. Autumn's going to read, but Autumn, what are you reading from today?
I'm going to read from the Message for chapter 16 just to give you an idea what a paraphrase is like.
I love it.
So we're going to start out in verse 1, chapter 16. Some Pharisees and Sadducees were on him again, pressing him to prove himself to them. He told them, "You have a saying that goes, red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky at morning, sailors take warning. You find it easy enough to forecast the weather. Why can't you read the signs of the times? An evil and wanton generation is always wanting signs and wonders. The only sign you'll get is the sign of Jonah." Then he turned on his heels and walked away. On their way to the other side of the lake, the disciples discovered they had forgotten to bring along bread. In the meantime, Jesus said to them, "Keep a sharp eye out for the Pharisees and Sadducees' yeast." Thinking he was scolding them for forgetting bread, they discussed in whispers what to do. Jesus knew what they were doing and saying, "Why are all these worried whispers about forgetting the bread? You baby believers, haven't you caught an eye yet? Don't you remember the 5 loaves of bread and the 5,000 people, and how many baskets of fragments you picked up? Or even the 7 loaves that fed 4,000, and how many baskets of leftovers you collected? Haven't you realized yet that bread isn't the problem? The problem is yeast. Pharisee and Sadducee yeast." Then they got it, that he wasn't concerned about eating, but teaching, and the Pharisee and Sadducee kind of teaching. When Jesus arrived in the villages of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "What are you saying about who the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some think he is John the Baptist, and some say Elijah. Some say Jeremiah or one of the other prophets." He pressed them, "How about you? Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter said, "You're the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus came back. "God bless you, Simon, son of Jonah. You didn't get the answer out of books or from teachers. My Father in heaven, God himself, let you in on the secret of who I am. And now I'm going to tell you who you are, really are. You are Peter, a rock. This is the rock on which I will put together my church, a church so expansive with energy that not even the gates of hell will be able to keep it out. And that's not all. You will have complete and free access to God's kingdom. Keys to open any and every door. No more barriers between heaven and earth and heaven. A yes on earth is a yes in heaven, and a no on earth is a no in heaven." He swore the disciples to secrecy. He made them promise they would tell no one that he was the Messiah. Then Jesus made it clear to his disciples that it was now necessary for him to go to Jerusalem, submit to an ordeal of suffering at the hands of the religious leaders, be killed, and then on the 3rd day be raised up alive. Peter took him in hand, protesting, "Impossible, Master. That can never be." But Jesus didn't swerve. "Peter, get out of my way. Satan, get lost. You have no idea how God works." Then Jesus went to work on his disciples. "Anyone who intends to come with me has to let me lead. You're not in the driver's seat. I am. Don't run from suffering, embrace it. Follow me and I'll show you how. Self-help is no help at all. Self-sacrifice is the way, my way, to finding yourself, your true self. What kind of deal is it to get everything you want but lose yourself? What could you ever trade your soul for? Don't be in such a hurry to go into business for yourself. Before you know it, the Son of Man will arrive with all the splendor of his Father, accompanied by an army of angels. You'll get everything you have coming to you, a personal gift. This isn't pie in the sky by and by. Some of you standing here are going to see it take place. You will see the Son of Man in kingdom glory.
Wow.
So,
So I love that Autumn read everything today. Thank you, Autumn.
Yes, you're welcome.
Only so far as I really enjoy how the message slows down my reading, and that it causes me to maybe like go back and check something of like what was that, like Eugene Peterson, what are you doing with this paraphrase? But in your Bible, you actually have the NIV and the message right next to each other, so you can just hop back and forth. I do that in the app, right? So I'll just hit it from the message to the NIV.
Yeah.
But our 3 questions today are the same. What's going on in the text? What does it mean? And what are you going to do? We'd love to see your comments down below. But Autumn, what stands out to you today?
I was just going to ask you that. I think probably the fact that he said, because the first time I read this through, I remember years ago, I got stuck on, I tell you the truth, some of you here today will see the Son of Man in kingdom glory.
Yeah.
I'm like, but they didn't.
Yeah,
But that was the transfiguration.
Yeah.
So in the next chapter, we read about the transfiguration.
There you go.
So I guess that kind of stands out as something that I tripped over when I was early on in my Bible reading.
Yeah.
So wanting to clarify that.
For sure.
And just that how amazing it is that he's saying, don't worry about suffering now. It's so much smaller, the perspective of eternity.
Yeah.
That's what stands out to me. How about you, Matt?
I love that they forgot the bread. Just like it reassures me that I'm also trying my best to follow Jesus, and I'm also doing what I can. But they had just witnessed Jesus feed 4,000 people with 7 loaves of bread, and they left all of the bread behind. So I don't know what happened to the bread. I have so many questions about the bread. None of them are deeply theological. I just am really interested in the bread, and that they forgot it. And so Jesus uses that as a teaching moment in their lives, not because they didn't pick up the groceries, but more about what their faithfulness looks like. So I love that. So. But what does it mean? What does it mean for you, Autumn, as we're reading today?
I think you start to hear Jesus kind of ramping up some expectations for them, that their faith would start to become more mature. So for me, it means like there is some expectation to kind of take those next steps of maturity. When bad things happen, don't just rush to fear, but to put my faith in Jesus and to ask him, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The enemy's up to a lot, but what are you doing, and how can I be present and aware of what you're doing?
I love that. I love that. I would say I love the whiplash from Peter for the meaning. Like, as I'm thinking, Peter makes this grand declaration of who Jesus is. I think that's the number one answer for all of us. But then also, in the very next statement's like going to dictate to Jesus what he's going to do or not do. And sometimes I find myself doing that, where it's like, God, I wouldn't do it this way.
Yeah.
I would do it totally different. But
There's a better way. Are you sure you want to do it this way?
And so I need to remind myself as I'm following Jesus, the deep meaning for me is let God do the things that are God's. Like he's gonna do the work, and I'm gonna do what he calls me to do.
Yeah.
So. But what are you going to do today, Autumn? What's top of mind for you as you read Matthew 16?
I think I'm going to keep saying what Peter says. You are the Son of the living God, and just to trust in his power, not mine. How about you,
I love
Matt?
that. I am going to go see my granddaughter.
That's
so
such good
right,
news.
yeah. So breaking news for the podcast.
Yes.
I am now a grandfather. So my daughter gave birth this past week as we're recording today. As you're watching it, maybe not today, but I'm so excited.
Yeah.
This might be, because we record 5 episodes in a row, I might say every day this week that I'm going to see my granddaughter, because that's how excited I am.
Yep.
But tune into the episode next time to see if that's actually what I say.
Yeah, something in that way.
We'll find out together.
We're celebrating.
Right, yes.
Yep.
So I'm very excited, and hope that you have something that you can add below as well, because we want to be reading the Bible together, answering those questions, and we're excited that you're coming along with us for the ride.
Have a great day.
See ya.